Hello! Hi, Bluefleet, how are we doing? Welcome to an oddly sunny Friday evening. I have a splitting headache. Well, no, it's not so bad, actually. I had some lumps up, I had some painkillers earlier. I think I'll be alright. But yeah, welcome. We are playing Apollo Justice Ace Attorney tonight. Carrying on with... Oh, one of my fucking stream on feeding back really badly. There we go. We're carrying on with Case 4-4 tonight. So, I don't know if we'll finish it. Maybe. We'll see how we go. I had an interesting day. Yeah, it's just stress. It's work stress. I'll be alright, Hux. Thanks for the well wishes, though. Like, I had one instance towards the end of my day, which was one of the biggest instances of stupidity I've seen in a very long time at that job. So someone messages me on a system they're not supposed to, say, can you take this phone call? And I'm like, no, and don't use the system for that, please. And, yeah, they're just like, oh, where am I supposed to send it? And I was like, I'm engaged. I'm already on a call. Why are you trying to put a call through to me when I'm on a call? And they got, like, shirty about it. It's like, no, if you're going to try and put a call through to me, make sure I'm not engaged first. All you got to do is look at my phone system. You'll see I'm speaking to someone. It's like, why? Why are people so dumb? I mean, it's probably because people are just generally dumb. But anyway, we're about halfway through the Mason system, I think. So let's crack on, shall we? I know, Hux, it was so dumbass. Right, so we have defeated the past. We have taken the feet off of the past and sacrificed them to Tazafix. Now we have these to do. We unlocked Drew Studio and the Sunshine Coliseum, didn't we? So let's go to Drew Studio. What are people being dumb about now? Oh, just work stuff, Zach. Just, like, people being really silly at work. Like, hey, you're engaged on the phone. Can you take this phone call? I've only got one face. I'm not Janus. I'm not that goddess or god from Greek mythology who has, like, 3 faces and can speak 3 things at once. You know? Oh, God. They just don't know. I got 2 ears. I've also got 2 of Dee's nuts. So, you know. Right, let's go to Drew's studio, shall we? Present day, Drew's studio. Hey, well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Mission was poisoned and his daughter's... Hopefully the game will be fun. I hope so too, but I'm not optimistic seeing as fucking Spark Brushless the first motherfucker we speak to. Oh no, what's the chances? Oh yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he tracked down case just a little quicker, end quote. Were you on the trail of the case the whole time? Zach Gramery was a good friend. Zach said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. What a character, what a man. If a little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not interviewee. Why is he clutching his nipples? Is he milking himself? Is this guy about to lactate all over Phoenix? That's disgusting. Journalists ask questions, not the other way around, end quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. Okay. Ow! Look, Hux. He was doing the gesture, alright. He was milking himself. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you? Yes, a forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. If you can't be a good-looking thing, paint good-looking things. Exactly, exactly. That's what hentai artists do. Mm-hmm. Although some of them are actually admittedly, like, smoking hot, like, foxy mamas. Yeah. Things to think about, chat. Every day for 7 years, walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote. Being watched. Music seems low. Hold on. Oh, nope. How's that, Ara? Better? Being watched, you mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. Hmm? You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out, end quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? Dong. You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Okay. We'll soon find out, I guess. Drew Mission felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he's being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me. Fun fact, chat. Rubbing out is a UK euphemism for having a tug. He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one. Not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And with that, you leave. Ara, don't you know what having a tug means? Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. And then he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were, too. Me? Don't forget my lozenges and water. I've got them. That's the lozenges. And this is the water. Well, squash, but you know. Anyway, Ara. Having a tug. When a man loves a buru very much, and he feels feelings towards the cartoon pictures of armpits, then he may have a tug to relieve that need. Do you understand? Do you understand? I hope you do. It's very wholesome, don't you know? I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnifi Gramery? No, before that. It's not widely known. You mean the accident? During the quick draw shooting practice? My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Violet Gramery did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi Gramery at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa was it. Really? Then Thalassa disappeared quite suddenly at that. And Magnify wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy. End quote. The English language is slowly evolving into a collection of euphemisms, always, without fail. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Grammary. Something strange was in the air over at True Grammary in those days. The whole screwy mentor-controlling disciples scene started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway. I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice or 5 times. But over time, he came to see me as his confidant. He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnify miracle. Of course, it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was a guildman. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valent? So Valent waited until Zach died, legally at least. The time finally comes, and Valent's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valent Grammary. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love, too. Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle. My butt plug? That is pretty classic. When you're in on a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. Please do not fuck the Triforce. I'm gonna fuck the Triforce. I'm gonna fuck the Triforce, and I'm gonna make Link Smash Brothers noises while I do it. Kia! 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 Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Present Thalassa? No. Can I present... No, I can't present people. Let's try this. Mr. Brushel, could you take a look at this? I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. So, you want me to write an article on that, right? What's the angle? Actually, no, that's okay. I don't need an article. I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on this. I hear you. I hear you. You want me to sniff around for a scoop? Well, you've come to the right nose, my friend. It's odorless. Thanks. Okay, that was less than informative. All the sides of my butt plug are pointy. I mean, if I said that it was the blood that was making it pointy, would you believe me? So I don't think we can get anything more out of him right now. At least it has a flared base no matter what side you use. Oh, that's the fun. Where's the fun in a safety feature like that, Cyber? Where's the fun? I have to present him something. Alright. We'll try the locket then, because this was what tripped us up last time, wasn't it? Mr. Brushel, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zach after all. He hit me a few times, 5 times actually. But still, I'd never forget his wife. The fun is to prevent an awkward interaction with the paramedic. Yeah. Thalassa Grammary. Magnify Grammary's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? He's actually surprisingly forthcoming. So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year. I didn't know. Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know. Okay. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. Huh? What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy, end quote. What? Wouldn't it be funny if it was Apollo? But Trucy said she was an only child. Ah, yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance. Yeah, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Thalassa had another child. Do you think I could borrow that photo? Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know. It's obviously Meekins. It's always Meekins. Yeah. Do you want to know, like, a terrifying thought? The judge has had sex. The judge has had sex. Banged by the beard. That's the name of the judge's porno. Banged by the beard. Beautiful. It's a really good fap. He has grandchildren. He does. He does. I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. He milks his beard oil for lubricant. Oh, Simon, that's disgusting. And very funny. People at events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger. Don't you think? That's somehow more cursed than whatever I said. You're doing well to out-curse me, to be fair, my friend. I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to anything that you were saying. Sometimes you just got to accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so. But still, I have to do what I can. Have we met his children? I don't think we've met the judge's children, no. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? Lactate, lactates. I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore. Magnifi. Hmm? I was just wondering what Magnifi would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? It was the same with Magnifi. And with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some grammar gene. Magnifi told me once back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Grammary's eyes. Not that good. Hang on. Did I... Because Apollo's whole thing is perceiving with his eyes. With his eyes! And I made a very flippant joke comment about, oh, wouldn't it be a great fucking giggle if the missing Grammary kid was Apollo? Did I accidentally cook? Did I accidentally order a Domino's pizza at 3 in the morning when I'm drunk off my tits? You advised me to take a look at Thalassa's pic. Okay. Oh, damn! I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grammary secret was? Maybe nobody now that Zack's gone. Zack Grammary. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Grammary fabric and grew, swallowing everything. Wrapping itself around the Grammary's power. Check Discord, you've kept this picture for multiple months. Okay, hold on. You motherfucker. Wait, what the fuck is Aljord Hui at 2204? What the fuck is that? A power which passed from Magnifique Grammary to Thalassa to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet. Today. Oh boy. The one who bridged it all together. God damn it, Ara. Okay. So, Sunshine Coliseum? We unlock that. Okay. It's the magical banana! Well, this is a blast from the distant past. Long time no see, Mr. Fallon. 7 years has it been. Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. I made this comment on the 1st of March. Oh, okay. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. I've spoken to the press. I have nothing more to say. I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions. But then I've realised I needed to hear it from you. I have walked a difficult road these past 7 years. Because you couldn't perform Magnify's repertoire. Do not be deceived. Valid skill is the real deal. I do not require my manners hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way. Zach Gramarye. Dong! Oh, okay. His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zach Gramarye murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? I remember as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it in the end. For while he vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zach vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said. I had no idea. Yet that very same press comes to me now feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic shown in history as if it were a vaudevillian distraction. And here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I if not a player in some fiendish farce? A fiendish fart? Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnify's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is why I came here to get the answer from you. Of course. Oh, he's only got 2. I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later. The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. That sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Alright, Ara, do we crack open this banana and suck out the magical insides? Can we do it? Let's try it. I want to peel this motherfucker. Okay. Ask what you will, you get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years I have endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of truth within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valent, but right now, I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valent. Your mouse has a return button, and second fun fact, you clicked it when you went to grab your mouse. Mine does as well. The ones at the office don't. It throws me off every single time. Literally every single time I'm in the office, I'm like trying to click on my thumb button. It's like, where is it? It's like, oh, I ain't got it. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this. Ha! Not as long as I have the amazing Mr. Hat. No, it's not Mr. Hat, is it? It's not Mr. Hat. This is a really weird thing, but the transferal of rights seems like the bomb. Take that! And why might that be? Not as long as I have Meekins. Exactly. How seared bears the Gramarye seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner. But I didn't imagine you'd be planning a comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnify's miracles. What? Zach Gramarye, he wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter? Trucy Enigma. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous. Zach is gone. Vanished into the void. This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this. Ugh. The magical banana just splurged everywhere. Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnify, yeah, it was Zach. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zach Gramarye shot Magnify? Was that why you testified? Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out. Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valent. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnify Gramarye? Ha. Who really killed Magnify Gramarye? Let's think, chat. You can hear the cogs grinding in my brain. So, I don't think Zach actually did it. But Valent is very adamant, and he doesn't seem to give me any obvious leads for who could have done it. So, it was Thalassa. No, the amazing Mr. Hat killed Magnifigrammary. It was the amazing Mr. Hat. Look at him. That's the face of a murderer. That's the face of someone who kills you and just like watches the light leave your dying eyes. Absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Whew. Real fear hours. I mean, the thing is, we know there's 2 guns. We know that Zach took one of the guns with him. The clown has been shot. He's been shot. There's a gun on the table. I mean, is it feasible he could have shot himself? Now, the question is, what do we play here? Magnifi's diary. Let's have a look inside, huh? Reminder that we can also look for clues in other places. Good shout. Good shout. Let's have a look at this, shall we? So we can't look for clues there. Can't look for clues there. Do you mean other places in, like, other places in the Mason system? Other places in the Mason system. So we might need to go back to like somewhere else. And do we have what we need to? Do we have what we need to break him here, or are we actually like fumbling at the minute? If we can't break him, I'll bail and we'll go look for some clues. Right. I will be guided by you on this, Frenchie. I'm fumbling. Right. Okay. May not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. Alright. Well, thank you for your guidance there. Let's... So, we've got Solitary Cell 13 or the Borscht Bowl Club. Let's have a look in here, shall we? Because he's got, yeah, he's got that as well. But how many locks did he have? Did he have 3 or 4? Let's have a look. He's got 4. Okay. I wish I'd realised before I started this cutscene. Okay. 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 Well, let's just skip through this dialogue, shall we? So, if he's got 4, we have to break Valent open, then we can break him. Oh, he's got 3. Okay. So he's got 3 locks. Valent has 2. So from what you told me last time, we have to crack Valent open, then we crack him open, then we can crack... Then we can crack Christoph open, right? That's how it's going to work? Forget it. Forget the order thing. You thought Valent was before Zach, but no. Oh, okay, so do we have what we need to crack Zach open then? One of the restaurant tables. This one's the closest to the piano, which makes it the hardest to eat at, I hear. On days when I'm playing, that is. What do you think about the ukulele? The sound is slight, the annoyance curtailed. Are you clearly in a Russian restaurant? Then you must go to a Hawaiian restaurant. Hawaiian shirts don't go with my complexion. I give up. All right, let's fuck this rather attractive-looking man with our magic truth rock. Right, let's stick the magic truth rock so far up his ass that he starts singing all the truths to us. Right, we're gonna jam it so far. Get MTR'd, nerd. Alright. This is a grammary secret. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. It's like she can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Gotta use the resource at hand, I always say. Yet I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Thalassa Grammary? I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. Is it the gun? Is it the commemorative stamp? These presents are really quite unclear. I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. The stamp? Maybe? It's the only thing I can think of. It's one of the two. Would both work? We'll try the pistol. Take that! The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. The pistol works too, yet, apparently so. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valiant Grammary's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? I'm sure Valiant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you! Her eyes. I love Thalassa's eyes. Chair seasoning. Sorry, chat. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She is dead and Magnifi Grammary has joined her. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy? Mr. Zack? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. Ha! Ha! How would I know? My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth, or maybe one has already occurred. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. Take that! This boy? It's the amazing Mr. Hat. It's Mike Meekins. Oh, God. His name is... I forget. Something weird. Who could he be? An attorney. An attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? What's crazy is all this happens before 4-1, so he's just grasping at straws. Jesus. Talk about bluffing your way to the top, huh? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like. But you could at least say something like, I'm this boy. I could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. Hmm? This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I just so happen to have evidence showing this missing link. It's the photo of Thalassa. Take that! Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes. He was a performer. They met when he joined us Grammarys as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then? I have a photograph of her here. couldn't help notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Grammarly family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture. What? So that's why. Why what, Mr. Zach? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. I better know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy, her son. I accidentally cooked. Again. How do I keep doing this? This strange power, I myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is that it is passed down the Grammarly line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her, Thalassa, once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others. I accidentally cooked 2 months ago. Yeah, I did, didn't I? With no clue whatsoever. Oh my god. Tension. If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, then she would know no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it. Not quite. That is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realise that she was subconsciously detecting this tension. Without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Objects. Wait. Were they something she wore? Yes. Her bracelets. I admit the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. But what kind of power could a bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Oh, damn. That's a lot of dialogue. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two. A brother and sister, yes. And the brother too has this power of theirs. So Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Well, there goes my true Polo ship. God damn it. Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live a life without knowing. I understand. Oh, excuse me. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something. Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this has something to do with the power. Wait, do you think you could wear one of those as a cock ring? What have I told you? The Grammarly power reacts to tension in others. When a Grammarly senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Ooh, excuse me. Oh, that's what the bracelets are for. With a bracelet on, one can sense these contractions, because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that's not simple enough. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped, if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So basically, what you're saying is, the Grammarlies can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing, it is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me, too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell... Oh, God, excuse me, chap. Apparently I should have had a copy before I went live. Embarrassing. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You are talking about poker, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realised this. That is all I know of things, Grammary. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, should we play a game? Ah, I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night my mentor, Magnify Grammary, passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnify's test. A test? In his last years, Magnify Grammary worked us to the bone, no, to the pain. But that night I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer.
Take this. I'll give my art to you, Zack.
What?
It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack.
Hey Hades, how you doing? Welcome, welcome.
Though I would not have minded dying by your hand.
How can I shoot you? You're my mentor.
Bah, I thought you might say that.
If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then?
Then, of course, I would have given Valent his chance.
And if I had shot you in the forehead instead?
Then it would be over. If you or Valent were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think?
Ah.
Yet this ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I have done much that was wrong in my day.
It seems to me that Magnify wanted you to be a successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valent's. Perhaps, but it is not something we'll ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah, and now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me they've put the blame for our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumours that Valent had helped you pull it off. That's madness! Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? Damn. That night, Zack Grammary was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveller with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. To whom it may concern, 7 years past, I, Zack Grammary, murdered my mentor, Magnify Grammary. I apologise for the trouble caused by my sudden departure from court, and hereby confess to my crime. If he wasn't such a douche, his life would be less hard to untangle. Yeah, but he's kind of a hot douche, so it's fine. His confession to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valent Grammary. So does this give us the final piece to unlock the magic banana? Let's try it. Because I'm pretty sure we need to pop open... I don't know. I don't even know if we can pop Kristoff open yet. Like, maybe we do that in the trial? Okay. We've gone through most of this text before, so we're going to be skipping on through. So, you think a false confession would make things more complicated? Honestly, probably. Take that! So we've gone through this text. We're going to skip through this as well. Right. Okay. Who really killed Magnifi Grammary? Do we give him this? Screwed over by his mentor and his partner. Yeah, let's try this. Take that! I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Grammary wrote one more thing before passing on. But this is a confession, in which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Grammary. See? All according to your plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I've wrought upon myself. Zach wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him. Alakazoo! The magical banana has been peeled. Let's feast upon his banana innards right now. You do know that this confession is nothing but lies. Yeah, it's my opinion that Zach Grammary killed no one. Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yeah. So he vanished to protect me, his partner. A stirring tale, 'tis true. Did you shoot Magnifi Grammary in the forehead? If I hadn't told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my manner of Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me. I knew it. So Valiant Grammary did kill the great Magnifi. So sorry, Mr. Wright, but it was not I who shot my mentor. What? But if it wasn't you, who was it? Oh, he did himself in. There wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple, such as... I don't know. Nakan Talent Grammary, maybe? Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valen received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you've figured it out by now. If it wasn't Zack or Valen who shot Magnifi, then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean... Yes, the great Magnifi Grammary himself. The music. So Magnifi Grammary committed suicide? You find it hard to believe? To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. It was the nurse. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. Considering he was diabetic and suffering from cancer, not that surprising. Yeah, I think I'd agree there, to be honest. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So you spoke with Magnifi Grammary? Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rats to his repertoire to my partner Zach Grammary, not me. I see. I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. You owe me no apology. My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What? You're crying. Is Valiant Grammary confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. He had 3 months left to live, so he decided to go out on his own terms. It's a common thing with people who are terminally ill, is being able to choose when you go. And, you know, I say this as someone who's lost 2 very close family to terminal illnesses. It was the common thread, you know. Tax evasion. He committed tax fraud. His name is Magnifi Grammary. His favourite food is natto with rice. Let's defraud the IRS. Being serious though, Bocce commits tax fraud is one of my favourite memes of the last 5 years. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. Confessing, he's one of us. Yes. Confess to Cain. Confess to Cain with his bald head. Oh, baby. That was why I understood Magnifi's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands. Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That's what was when I heard it. The little demon whispered inside of my heart. The demon? Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnifi. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. Shouldn't talk about that. Don't think Kane allows it unless it's from the inner circle. Do you know what's in the middle of the inner circle? A biscuit. What do you think the inner circle are doing to that biscuit? That night, I prepared something before I would go to Magnifi's hospital room, which was IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zach did not shoot, I'd do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. You'd rather just stick to working for the Black Hand and playing with fire. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. Back to work. Yeah, no worries, Fi. Good to see you. Good to see you come through. Have a good time at work. And remember, Kane will get you through this shift. Yeah. Kane is watching. Kane is watching. Kane watches when you touch. Wait, what?
I am sorry, Valent. I am giving my magic to Zack, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Please help him if you can.
I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot. Magnifi Grammary killing himself. Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I bought. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnifi died and you framed Zack for his murder. As planned indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe. But, yeah, I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You going to turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of Vanishing X. I understand. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Grammar was alive. Well, not anymore. He's fucking dead, mate. And now it occurs to me. What if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I've realized that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Her. The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zack Grammary. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. So, Zack Grammary, Shady Smith, whichever name you prefer, no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver, and the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good, and it would involve paying that man a visit. So here's what happened, I think, chat. Thalassa got sent to Borginia because cocoons could probably stop her from dying. And in doing so, she becomes Lamara. But then she loses her memory. And her sight. Right. Solitary Cell 13. Let's fucking go.
Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied.
I see. Do you know when he'll be finished?
Well...
Could you go find out?
Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment.
My apologies to the guard. You gotta get back to work, Zack. Yeah, no worries. You take care and have a good day, alright? There's something I need to see. The rose? The letter. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Misham. I was right. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. You never thought about how cocoons could be involved in that story. If this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. Let's see if this atroquinine spray finds anything. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was this stamp, alright, no mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. The interviewer clock came like your solid wood, and they're looking into the cars. I swear on my life I won't tell anyone about you, so please, release the spell you put on my daughter. Oh, that letter was a report. Gotcha. Okay. Finally, decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What more could be required? What's this? A burglar in jail? Gavin, I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. He learned that from Maya. He did. Vera Misham hasn't received a verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atroquinine poisoning, but it never hurts to hope. Alright, I'll be leaving now then. Right, wait. Yes, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. Oh, we're perceiving his boober. Damn, he's thick. Damn. Huh. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now, it is time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. Oh, okay. To be continued. Right. I say right, I actually mean Edgeworth. I'm so funny. I'm really entertaining. No, I'm sorry, chat. I'm a cringe little blue man. Isn't carrying a concealed camera recording everything and everyone illegal? Yes. Welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant Vera Misham innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Okay. Oops. I dropped something. Hold on. It's my thinking stick. I need my thinking stick. Something inside me. Rising. Surfacing. It's an erection! Something important. Lost long ago. It's close now. So close. October the 9th, 10 AM. You think the person talking is Lamira? Oh, okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready to rock. Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant, Vera Misham's condition? Acute atroquinine poisoning, according to her physician. She could die at any time. Thus, her absence from the courtroom today. What? They can't put her on trial without her being here. It is unusual. They should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them. That's being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial any longer. or they risk having no one left to try. A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tells us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right. If Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm going to get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. Very well. Your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin. The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Measham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done. Objection! But Vera was poisoned with a troquinine. The exact same poison that took her father's life. What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have access to the poison. Significant, since his Cerata had to come by. That is true. In other words, I see no need for further discussion. Conveniently, everything doesn't include Tracy and Apollo being siblings, yeah. We could have had our verdict yesterday. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defence holds that Vera Measham is the victim, not the killer. It's been months since 4-1, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before us. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was. It's the nail varnish. She bites her nails. That's how it's gotten into her system, it's the nail varnish. Christoph, you motherfucker. The prosecution's objection is sustained. I asked the defence to prove its claims to this court. Tell us how Vera Measham was poisoned. Alright. I've got two things to prove here. Who did it and how? Which to hit first? Show how. How did the killer poison Vera Measham? I will focus first on the method used. Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin? Not a bottle or container of the poison was found in the defendant's body. I see, so the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defence prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Measham? Yes, Your Honour. Very well. What method was used to poison Vera Measham? It's this. Isn't it? Has to be. Right, let's play it. Here we go. What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle. I'd like to give whoever decided that a hand. Is that nail polish? Oh, it's colourless. Ah, something the matter? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it? As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is nail polish. Nail polish? It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails? Ah, my wife has red nails. I see. So she's been painting them all this time. Let's recall yesterday's trial. What the fuck, RG? Remember when Vera was testifying to the court? Court is now back in session. Yum, 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 yum. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Yum, 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 yum. Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails. Her nails? Ah. Prosecutor Gavin? When the prosecution had Vera examined, did they check her nails? Bailiff, have them check the defendant's nails at once. Mr. Justice. Yeah? Do you know who did this? Do you know who put poison in that nail polish? It's Christoph. I'm gonna nail that motherfucker. Watch as I do it. Yes. That bottle belongs to Vera Measham? Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this? No, just checking. Mr. Justice, you are about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. I'm gonna nail him, yeah. With polish. You realise the weight of this accusation? Here, let me show you. Understood, Your Honour. No problem. I know what I'm doing this time. Then let us ask, who poisoned Vermission via her nail polish? Oh, we can't accuse Meekins. It was Phoenix. What's this? Christoph Gavin? What's your game? My bro, there's no way he could do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else. Indeed. He is behind bars. I know. However, that doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did. What? Ask yourselves when he put the poison in the bottle. It could have been yesterday. It could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago? Or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Christoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable. Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so. That face tells me one thing. Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail as a special witness. Fine. I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Okay, the defense's wish is granted. Let prisoner Christoph Gavin take this stand. Bailiff, begin proceedings to call the special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing in Solitary Cell 13 in Central Prison. The judge was unusually chipper about that. Ah, Your Honour. How nice to see you again. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never. I think you already know Mr. Christoph Gavin. Ah, Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself. His attorney's badge is gone this time. It is. Ah. Why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss? Stiff upper lip, Apollo. You can do it. Does this bottle look familiar? Ariadone nail polish. Why, yes, I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear. She's not dead yet. And, was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? I admit, I respect her for her taste in nail polish. Her taste, indeed. This nail polish was how Vera Mission was poisoned. Etroquinine, was it? How'd you know that? You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin. Even in solitary, much comes to my desk, and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clefia, maybe you can explain this? You're being accused again, by him again. Ah, and? You agree with his accusation, do you? Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christoph Gavin, your testimony, please. I'd be delighted. The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of the poisoning of the defendant, Vera Mission. Please testify in this matter to the court. Okay, here we go, chat. Owning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case holds. She poisoned her father and attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father too? Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely. Naturally. For one, I don't even know the missions. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice? Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. I'm accusing Christoph Gavin, my ex-boss. But I know he poisoned the missions. You love this part. Okay. The question is, when could he have done it? Not to mention, why? Wait, we can perceive it. We can perceive. Oh boy. This is the final cross-examination we'll have to perceive. Alright. Tell me, is this nail polish expensive? Ariadoni is the nail polish of the highest order. Not only is it fabulously expensive, but it is made in extremely limited quantities. And you and Vera just happen to both use it. That can't be a coincidence. I'm guessing it's not a coincidence. Hmm? It's simple. Ariadoni is the best nail polish one can buy, correct? Then, if one wanted the best nail polish, one would buy it. That makes sense. Why, it's a bit like my feelings toward my brand name Gavel here. A Marcel top hat. Are we all done showing off our refined tastes? Please, continue with your tasteful testimony. See, he's leaning back there. I've got an idea. This is kind of batshit, but where's his hand gone? I've been in solitary confinement for half a year. It's not that. Throat, maybe? Not that one, we can't miss it. You can press R once and then look around. Okay. Can't you still make contact with the outside world in solitary? Ah, so he had an accomplice on the outside. Is this your latest accusation? I am allowed a certain modicum of letter writing. But the contents of those letters are closely checked. It would be extremely difficult to send a hit request. Prosecutor Gary's on the warpath, isn't he? Yeah, you think so too, Trucy? I bet I know why. You must be nervous with Big Brother watching. Maybe that's a weakness I can turn to my advantage. Are we cool with that? May I continue? Hold on. Ah, okay, so this is just like standard pose. Hold on. This is the only one with a different pose. I want to look at your fingers. A bit lower. Whoa! I saw that. I saw that. There's a scar. There's a fucking skull in there. Why is there a skull in there? Gotcha! Get gotcha, nerd. It was you who killed Drew Mission. A bluff worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright. Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said her father, too. Your hand tensed unnaturally, and a little devil appeared to give me the news. And let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? You're a nut. You're crazy in the coconut. What does that mean? I'm going to kill you. What does that mean? Grab a kazoo. Let's have a tune. And when I count 3, that boy needs therapy. And tell me, was Drew Mission fond of nail polish too? Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get someone's mouth. Ah. Then I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Mission was killed on October the 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, I don't know what is. But you found a way all the same. And I found it too. This is how you poison Mr. Mission. It was the stamp. It was the stamp. Vera said he was the devil. It was the stamp. I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Mission died, he was seen writing a letter. A troquinine was found on the stamp, Mr. Gavin. So am I to understand this stamp was the murder weapon? Yes, you are. Oh, and yes. This stamp was found in your prison cell. Get fucking perceived, nerd. Wait, are we going to have to MTR him for the black locks? That is all, Your Honour. Order! 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 Poison on the back of that stamp? After Drew Mission was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright. Daddy? That's when he found the stamp. Hey, Saku, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, we're not going to get to MTR the guy that Hux fancies. I'm really sorry about that. You made Drew Mission write you a letter. That's how you killed him. What? My. You've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this point, Justice. All you need do is recall witness Spark Russell's testimony. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Bishop sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote. He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp. What are you getting at? What I'm arriving at is that his commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was mere coincidence that he used it that night. That would seem to be the case. Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence. I think you can. He does have a point. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use that stamp? Without that, he could have planned the murder. What? Really, Clofia? You should be seeing through these weak-spinning bluffs by now. He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Mission would use that stamp that night? Least of all, Christoph Gavin locked away in his cell. Well, it seems that the defense has run out of things to say. You assume he had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called. The defense's bluff? I'm not sure I agree with you there, Christoph. Clofia? Honestly, I wanted to believe you. But the defense wasn't trying to get away with the bluff. You were, Christoph. What are you saying? What's you Gavin? Forehead. What was your accusation again? Oh, it was that this poison stamp killed Drew Mission, yeah? To which my brother responded thusly. There was no way to know when Mission would use the stamp. Yes, that's right, which is why it couldn't have been planned. Tell me, it needs to be planned. Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that Drew Mission died by that stamp, that's all. Coincidence? Christoph, you tried to slip out from under his accusation by changing the subject. If that's not bluffing, what is it? What are you up to, Clofia? I could ask you the same question, Christoph. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. But Mr. Gavin,
That's impermissible testimony.
Love how you can see Clothier being the little brother rebelling against his big brother's control. Also, he's kind of like, he's seeing that actually his brother is up to no fucking good whatsoever. And he's just like, that's not what justice is about. That's not what justice is. Very well, I shall take his claim head on then. Justice. What? You accuse me of Drew Misham's murder, yes? Then, allow me to ask you, what possible reason could I have to kill a painter?
Apollo, motive! He's talking about a motive! Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a painter.
Now here's something. Why didn't you bring up the motive from the very beginning? Why didn't I bring up the save menu from the very beginning? Save Scum Co. say, at your fucking service, chat. Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose.
So, what does it mean?
It means there might be a weak spot. Save Scum Co. is here to stay. Oh yeah. I'm here to stay.
Bring it down.
I'm here to stay.
Bring it down.
I'm here to stay.
Bring it down.
I'm here to stay. Bring it down. Ow. What, are these corn jokes not working? Alright, whatever. Where's some evidence to prove a motive?
A motive for murder! This is a vital, if not the most vital element in this case. Please consider this when making your statement.
I'd say it's about this vital. That's pretty vital.
Well, Mr. Justice,
I'm going through this no matter what. Understood, Your Honour. I'd like to present evidence.
Then, let's see what you have for us. What reason did Christoph Gavin have for wanting to murder Drew Bishop?
It's the red envelope, I think? Or the notebook page. Ara, help me out. Or Cyber. Ara or Cyber. Or maybe even Hades if you know this one. Hell, anyone who wants to help, feel free to jump in. Help me cook. It's one of the two. Try the envelope. Alright. Christoph Gavin's motive becomes clear when we consider why the stamp came to Drew Misham's studio in the first place.
And why was that?
It was either of the two. Oh, okay. Forgery, Your Honour. Go back 7 years. Drew Misham accepts his first job creating forged evidence.
I've seen that before. A page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnifique Grammary's diary.
Ah, when Attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes. This was the evidence he presented, to his loss. This evidence is a fake, yeah. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven.
Objection!
The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it? And why would they? Just out of curiosity, do you remember this letter? This is the first page. And this is the second.
Those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Bishop by the client who requested that forgery.
The enclosed stamp was none other than Poison commemorative stamp. Drew Misham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old. The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery,
to keep them from talking.
But he made a mistake.
The stamp was a picture of my favourite magicians. I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much.
The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. Herr Forehead, do you understand what you're telling us? The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham was none other than Phoenix Wright. Uh-oh. Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh, then how will it go down? I checked through the records on that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began. Phoenix was the murderer all along. Oh, shit. Saku, promise me you won't tell the little guys about this.
Ow! Oh, boy!
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair.
One more thing. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. I understand I am asking the impossible of you. You're working me good. Oh, shit. Well, if I've got a big... let me work it, put my bang down, flip it, and reverse it, it's... The mic is peaking and you can't hear half of what young Trucy said.
Oh, is that so? Can you...
Yeah, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. Hold on a minute. There's a filter on this. I can probably take it off. Hold on. Turn that off. There we go. That should be better. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. My mic is denying us.
Oh, how about now? Can you hear it now? Can you hear young Trucy now? Oh, can you hear it? Oh, she's a little cockney lolly. Ooh.
Okay, note to self, turn the noise suppression off on the microphone. I'll shoot my throat out before long. Yeah, I'll magnify my problems. Phoenix Wright was put on case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery. The day before? Now here's a question. We can't risk delaying the ending to this another week. Just who was Shady Enigma's previous defense attorney? No, this can't all be. But it is all true. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Christoph Gavin. Dun, 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 dun. Order, order, order! What is the meaning of this? Witness, I mean, defendant, and a former lawyer! Let me begin by denying this. It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin, and impossible to prove if you can't. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly did you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim? That would be difficult. Hey, it's the dude from the first case. Yeah, exactly, hi, exactly. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield. Objection! Her forehead. Are you sure you don't have evidence?
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks clammy.
Evidence. Evidence that shows this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago. Clafia. Just prove it. Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case.
He must have thought of some evidence. Apollo!
Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness. I have to pull that darkness out of him, and proof is the only way I can. The lesser we got in jail. What proves Christoph Gavin's link to Drew Misham? I think it might be. Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested a forgery of Drew Misham 7 years ago. Prove it! It can be proven. Look at this Gendo Ikari looking motherfucker. Look at him! Shinji, get in the robot. Get in the robot, Shinji, or I swear I'm sticking my hand so far up your bum you will be like hand puppet, you will be like Sooty. Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not... Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then I say we give him the benefit of the doubt. Very well, but if you're wrong about this, be prepared for a penalty. Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Should the penalty not match his passion? What the fuck? I haven't given a penalty like that out in a long time. Remember when the judge had the murder weapon underneath his bench? Well, Mr. Justice, fine, Your Honor. All I have to prove is any kind of link. I thought he was called Zelda. Whatever. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to Drew Mission, and I have something that clearly does the job. Ow! Well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew Mission. There's an address on here, and a name I've never heard of. At least I think so. It's too blurry to read. Is it the letter? We haven't seen the inside of this letter. I don't think it is the letter. You don't need the inside of the letter. Just try the letter from jail. Alright, we'll try it. Phoenix read the letter in Christoph's cell. Yeah, that's true. This evidence proves there's a link. Objection! That scrap of paper. I'm afraid I can't let you submit that. Is there some problem? There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't.
Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting.
Mr. Wright's handwriting? What is the meaning of this? I see now. Yes, of course. What do you mean, of course? I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell. Except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright. When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail. Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell? No. However, it appears Mr. Wright had yet to be cured of his bad forging habit. Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? When Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera. Oh! What? He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin. And the contents of your personal mail. Ooh. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery. Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin? As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please. The defense's claim is denied. What? Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record. Better luck next time, Justice. Did we just lose? Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point.
Apollo, do something!
Thinking, but without evidence. I don't have anything I can use on him. Very well, this ends the special witness's cross-examination. The show's over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why. Prosecutor Gavin? Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years, and I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Christoph? Clafia, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine or yours? Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clafia.
Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin.
Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember. What's really important to you? You amuse me, Her Forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me, even if I tried. In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years ago. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Herr Wright? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence. Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. State your name and occupation for the record. I'm familiar with the trial. I've watched the video several times. Didn't you find anything unnatural about it? Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence, and the next moment you call in Drew Mission. It was almost as if... what? Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Ah, correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. Don't do this, Clafia. I knew because you told me, Christoph. What? It was the night before the trial. Clafia. Christoph, odd seeing you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. Ah, I won't be appearing in the trial, actually. Huh? Why not? I won't be facing off with you on your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I brought information. Information? The attorney who'll be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen. I want you to call in a special witness. Then... The port of this looks really good. You played it on the DS? Yeah. It's very sharp. Like, it's absolutely worth the money as well. Because I think I paid like 35 quid for this game. And so far, we've gotten about 4 months worth of content out of the first game. And we're going to get like... Yeah, we've still got 2 games left in the trilogy to go through. And one of them has Clussy. How did Christoph know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Christoph. We were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserve that much. You'll let me borrow the victim's belongings. You're doing the one set in past Japan on your channel. Nice. I was looking at that the other day, but I thought, well, let's get through this first. I'll probably catch it on like another Steam sale at some point.
The victim's belongings?
Which would have included Magnifi's diary, wouldn't it? Mr. Gavin? My, Clafia, you disappoint me. You find trees yet miss the forest. You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug, not anymore. Tell me what was going on beyond that trial. We want to finish all these ones before we do that one, like a prequel. Yeah, exactly. Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Apollo! And I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough. 7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention centre at the request of my client, Zach Remery. 2 cards. 1 card. Give me a timeline of game order in the Discord. I think what I'll probably do is I'd probably do like this trilogy and then Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. And then probably, if I can find investigations and some way to play that, maybe do those. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. You know what's going to be the best thing in Ace Attorney 7, Ara? Imagine Gumshoe Judge. Imagine Gum Judge. Gum Judge. Fuck yeah. I can come to no other conclusion.
Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete.
Gumshoe Gantman. Yeah? Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Christoph Gavin. I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserved to die for that error alone. Hold it. So the one who requested that forgery was... Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, those two men shamed me and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gramery both deserved what they got. You clearly missed me playing the other ones up to this point. Take it we've been enjoying them? Yeah, so I played the first set when they hit Game Pass last year through October. I played a lot of them. And I finished Ace Attorney First Trilogy, I think just before New Year. We've been playing this one since January. That's the motive for 4 when he killed Zack because he chose Phoenix over him. God damn. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with them. The thing is, Saku, I'm a lawyer by trade. So a lot of the fun has come from, like, the disparity between how this game works and how my day job actually works. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. No one expects it. No one expects this brain damaged motherfucker before you to be like a guy who does law for a job. But here we are! Right? Here we are! Yeah. So you asked Mr. Mission to forge that evidence, so you could win. But then, when you were dismissed as Zach Gramery's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. I immediately caught the 1-5 trap before the final day of the trial even occurred. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Then you gave me your dirty evidence. You gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Ha. Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin. Perfectly. You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Clothier? Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled when the defendant vanished. You don't think I'll guess the twist of the main twist of the next game? If I do, you'll officially think I'm spoiling myself. The next game is the one that introduces Athena, isn't it? Is the next one the one that introduces Athena? So, let me cook. The main twist of the next game is Athena is actually well into Clussy. Am I cooking? Am I cooking here, chat? I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years. What? You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance. So you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said, every day for 7 years. But I felt it too. Journalist sure is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me. Look, he's lactating again. Wait just a minute. Zach Gregory was seen by this reporter. How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? Finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Zach Gregory gone missing for 7 years. Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him! Right. Leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveller. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that traveller was Zach Gregory.
What is it, Apollo?
Huh?
Keep going. We'll talk about it later.
Did you already know? Since they combine them, you have to reacquaint yourself with these titles. Yeah, so it's just released as Apollo Justice Trilogy. So, first one is Apollo Just Tits. It's where Apollo is literally just a pair of breasts. He is just tits. You know, that's all he is. He is a sopping wet pair of boobies. Then there is, what's the next one again? Fuck. I forgot the name of it. Dual Destinies, yeah. The next one is the Yu-Gi-Oh game. The next one is the game where we get to play as Athena and her grandfather's deck mechanic. So that'll be pretty fucking sick. You know, apparently there's no useless cards in it. And then after that is Spirit of Just Tits. Yeah. It's where Apollo realizes that like there's the ghost of breasts coming towards him. Yes. It's all three of them. Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? It all started 7 years ago. The great magician, Magnifi Gramarye's death started it. Magnifi Gramarye's death and his student, Zach Gregory, the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Drew Bishop? Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Oops. Atroquinine. Applied to a commemorative stamp. But luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off. His daughter? She saved him by taking the stamp, I see. But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariadne nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah, that nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since now, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house.
That person gave me a good luck charm. For when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that clown. The one who wanted that not mad.
As you can tell, I have the best French accent. It was his insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she became nervous. And the nail polish would do the rest. His time bomb sat there for 7 years. And then, they went off almost simultaneously. Well. If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time. Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we said? Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Clafia, surely you understand. We're back to the evidence. The lacking evidence. Nothing proves the link between him and the Atrocony that took Rumisham's life. What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Grammary to keep him from talking. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveller by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was part of that particular fugitive. Hey there, Skull Team, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, why'd you kill him? I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Veremisham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now.
I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Veremisham who is on trial here.
No, you're doing so well, Apollo.
As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Veremisham innocent.
We should save before the end of the case as a chief for choosing the bad ending. Oh boy. Your Honour, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence. You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Veremisham to bite her nails? What? It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you. What? I can save on the multiple choice part. Okay, understood. Evidence is everything. There is nothing more.
I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion.
Your Honour!
Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for an office attorney. I respect your partner Phoenix Wright's determination as well.
However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clafia? Unfortunately, yes, Christoph, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system. That's right. You delayed your dinner for this. Oh, okay. I'll try not to let you down then, Hades. So anyway, we're going to end for the night. Bye. I'm joking. It would be very uncouth. The jurist system. Jurist, you say? Welcome aboard, by the way. Welcome aboard.
The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law.
Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of a joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless, emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers.
Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law.
Nonsense! There is only room for two in this court. Me and the law.
Keep the riffraff out. Out, I say!
They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera. Oh god, they're looking at us! They're looking at us! Ah! That's terrifying.
How can you allow this?
Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright.
So, everything was leading to this. Of course, right. Right. Right.
I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law, the law is everything. Law is absolute. You let ignorant swine soil your courts.
Christoph, it's over.
Clavier.
The law is absolute? You can't be serious.
What?
Odd. I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions.
The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. And it is always changing. Growing, nurturing it is our task as human beings.
Except for you, Christoph. You aren't changing. You've stopped. You're not needed anymore. I'm gonna have to have a throat sweet again after this. Couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday, I'll know what law is. And I'll fight to change if I have to.
I see no need to further prolong this trial.
You want to know what law is? You want me to show you? You want to feel what law is? It's actually a bone.
This began as the trial of Vera Misham, accused of murdering her father. The painter drew Misham, however. Several other incidents were reviewed and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurist of the court. For the death of Drew Misham, how do you find the defendant, Vera Misham?
I guess if we go guilty, she's gonna just fucking die.
Okay. Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter.
Say Scum CO. That's me. This ends the trial for the case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she's guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she's innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Please wait. Yes, jurist number 6. There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case? I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. Wait, I can't save? I can't. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. I did save before the end. Alright, what should we do? Should we go for the bad ending first? Oh my god, we're Lamara. We're Lamara. Which should we go for? Do we go for the bad ending first? Or do we go for the good ending first? Bad ending or good ending, chat? Want the bad ending? Go for the good ending. We've got one each. We got one vote for good, one for bad. So Hades can eat. Chat wants to go for the good ending. So we'll do the good ending. And oh, you got to go the other way. No worries, Hades. Well, the VOD will be on YouTube really soon. All right. So once we're wrapped up, the VOD will be on YouTube, so you can always catch up there if you fancy. But thank you for hanging out. Enjoy your din-dins. Not guilty. Okay. And so a verdict was reached on October the 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict under the jury system. Innocent by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gavin laughed. A laugh louder than any ever heard before, or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October the 10th, 8:30 a.m, the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. This is Phoenix's old hospital room. Vera, I'm so glad I...
Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too and proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about why Vera...
Hey now, don't you start crying too. Sorry you had to see us like this. Implies Phoenix rigged the trial so that only Lamira was a juror. Interesting. Vera.
Thank you so much. Apollo, thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails.
No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm.
Vera.
When I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world. To see things with your own eyes.
It looks like that poison has some effect after all. Something clearly lacking in this game. Common sense, yeah. It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. Her dad.
I knew you'd pull through. Vera! I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future. I won't forget it. Thank you.
No, really, it's okay.
Oh, look, it's me. I love it. Thanks.
Is that me?
She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so, at least.
That reminds... Oh, wrong voice.
That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is?
The other lawyer?
Oh, you mean Daddy. Except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no. That's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eye again someday and apologise.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier.
You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all. You can't wait for Dual Destinies next week. So anyway, I'm not streaming Ace Attorney ever again. Bye. No, I'm joking. I might make a new thumbnail for it. I might make a new thumbnail for Dual Destinies.
You know, I knew my real daddy was alive.
Hmm?
I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom.
You did what? How?
I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away.
We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But I know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grabbery, after all. Now, remember, Saku, his weak spot is his dick. Right? He's got a big Z there. That means if you punch him anywhere except the dick, he takes no damage. He takes no damage. He has to be punched there. There, no damage. There, no damage. There, no damage. There, he dies instantly. This is the way of the Pussy Patroller. What do you mean, lol, Zed? What do you mean, lol, Zed? Oh, I see. If we got a Rita Repulsor apologist in the chat, I see how it is. I see how it is. He's a super pussy, yes! That's what they're called. That's what they're called. If you hit his bald head... No, there's no Z on his bald head. You're just laughing in yeehaw country speak. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he?
It's okay, Felix is my daddy now. Even if he can't really play the piano.
That he can't.
Oh, I've got you too, even if your voice is kind of loud sometimes.
Glad I made your list.
Hey, come and think of it. Where is Daddy? The one who can't play? Do you know Apollo?
I think he said he had to meet someone.
Oh, I wonder. Maybe it's a new mummy.
No, it's not. No, I mean, unless Edgeworth is mummy. Mummy? Edgeworth? Mummy Edgeworth? Mumworth?
Tee-hee. Oh, Trucy. Yeah, Vera?
I was wondering, could you show him to me once more?
Sir Hat, was it? Oh, he's not been knighted yet. Here he goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat.
Objection! Ahem. Not loud enough, and I like Miss Magic Underwear better anyway.
That's magic panties, Apollo.
So, your memory's returned. Who's this? Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan too? I don't know what you're talking about. When I lost my memory, Oh, okay. It's the Zerg.
When I lost my memory, I was reborn as the Overmind. Now I am omniscient, and I can watch 10 hours of bug porn per minute.
And I wonder why my voice is killing me. That's a fair point.
When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lemira. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists.
I never watched Invader Zim, I'm afraid. It was after my time.
Arise, Lemira, and embrace the glory of your birthright.
You're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course it's a happy thing.
For so long I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children, 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This too, I think, is thanks to you.
Are you going to tell them?
They do not know.
Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings.
I will go to them when the time is right. Until then,
Don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still. I have to keep an eye on her at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Your bracelet.
Yes?
I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years, but your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. At least Apollo cleans the toilet. And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine. Almost like they were dual destinies. Almost like they were dual destinies, chat. Do you see? Almost like they were dual destinies. Huh? They were dual destinies. They were dual destinies. They were dual destinies. They were dual destinies. They were... Okay. I'll behave. I'll never forget that. Such a small thing.
That bullet, yet it tore who I was away. 10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal. It was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe and my family. Now my memory is returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I am glad to be alive, Mr. Wright.
Speaking of miracles, Vera Mishram regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are.
It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes life is taken, Sometimes life is spared.
You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth living for. And that's pretty much the end of my story. For now, anyway. I've still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, needs some work. But there's hope now. We'd lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oh, training time. Gotta go. Cords of steel. Here comes justice.
I'm glad you're staying with the agency, Apollo. It's like our family long-lost big little brother. Oh, don't you worry about Troop Grammary. Truce is on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy.
Trucy Grammary, frankly, I got my doubts, but had Grammary, now that'll pack him in. You hope you keep it for a while. There's a lot of country money down the drain if he doesn't. People can die in many ways. They can. It's true. It's true. Also, I see multi-track drifting going on here. It's not every day you get to try the rocks harder than one of our gigs, yeah? That's why it's over. The governors are breaking up. The news caused a run on tissues at supermarkets nationwide. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session. He's a bro. I like him. Who's next? Click, click. Well, it's finally over. You know, thinking about it. Now, I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted and I've got time on my hands, maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam again. Yeah, just don't stay anywhere near a clock, right, Phoenix? Why won't she kill me? So I was standing around eating snackoos the other day when I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding. Ah, the power of science. Although the preservatives might not be 100% safe. Why won't she snackoo me? Why won't she snackoo me? Why won't she kill me? Just like step on my throat until I can't breathe anymore and fucking die. What a way to go. Oh, hi chat. In unlikely event you are wanting Russian feast, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than a restaurant is borscht. Da, but if greater challenge is being required, then come to the hideout. You know who to ask for. Like public execution? No. Not exactly public execution. No. Moving on. Moving on, chat.
So, Kentucky Pastries is getting back to its eastern roots, spread the culture and all. Ah, boss, culture time.
This is how we ride road, capiche?
But we're still about giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time.
And this is how we ride people, alright?
Not that Walkie's paying any attention. Ugh, kids.
His eyebrows are fucking terrifying. Zoid, Chinese characters on cake was a fly idea like 3,000 years ago. Believe that. Man, you want to make it today, you gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker, for real. I know I don't look like no cracker, G. What do you want me to call the OG muffin? I'm so glad that that's red coming out of there, because otherwise it would just be a pie full of cream. You could call it a cream pie, perhaps. I don't know where all this talk about food is coming from. You ask me, there's only one food, and that's noodles. Noodles forever. I've got a new one too. See, this time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Why pretend? Eldone's noodles is about the salt. Salt forever. Gotta guzzle that salty broth from Eldone's noodles, innit, bruv? Oh, not him. My exceptionally inquisitive nature has won me unequivocal adoration in my department. You'll see, they used to call me Wesley Stinkler and Wesley Sticky Hands. But no longer, I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness and I am the cure. What a fucking idiot. Oh, God. Who's next? Case 3? Oh, it's Lamara.
I don't know how to thank you for all you've done. Light has returned to my life, and with it, joy. I may have lost years, but I've gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song. Why does she sound like a drunk Liverpudlian? Like Anna from Epic Battle Fantasy V? It's kind of disturbing.
Brushel, 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 Brushel. Brushel here, back on the beat with another interview. Eh? How do I feel about things turned out? No scoop yet, but journalist confidence in mint condition. End quote!
That's so disturbing.
I've decided to keep painting. Originals only, of course. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. I've met them. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you.
Oh, neat. That's pretty cool. Oh, nice. Got a background setting screen. Nice, nice. Not yet. Not yet. Let's have a quick look at the bad ending. And then we can wrap things up for tonight. And I can go rest my voice. My chords of steel are like kind of fucked. So was it the autosave? I think it was. Let's try it. Hold on. Yeah, here we are. This was it, wasn't it? Huh? Nope, this is not the one. Take care of them vocal cords, yeah. This one? Okay, yeah, this is the bit. Alright, let's kill her. Let's just end this young lady. Maybe we can mix a bit of her in with the huck soup. Okay. 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 Right. It's time, chat. Alright, bye, Vera. Goodbye. This probably won't take very long, huh? And so a verdict was reached on October the 9th, 2014. The first verdict under the jury system. A hung jury. The final verdict would have to wait for the following day. But fate had different plans. That night, defendant Vera Misham's condition worsened. She died in her hospital bed. Her verdict was postponed for eternity. Oh, that's literally it. That's literally it. That was very short. Okay, neat. Okay. Nice. Right, okay, let's pull over to here then. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I need to go rest my vocal cords, so we're not going to raid out tonight because I am fucking tired. I need to go and, like, chill out for a bit. So thanks for the hangs, chat. It's been good to see some new faces in the chat. Good for the old ego to see some more people popping through. It's been nice to see YouTube popping as well, so that's been super fucking neat. I'm going to be starting with the Yu-Gi-Oh game next week, so yes. It's time to duel. Yes. Thanks for coming by, Saku. It's been good to see you. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing. My wife is working all day, so I don't think I'm going to do a double stream. I've got like a shitload of housework to do, but I'm probably going to play some Stardew Valley in the evening. There's a possibility of like some Vesty stuff going on, I think, as well. I don't know if anything came of that, but I'll check on the Discord a bit later. You know, there might be some other stuff going on during the daytime, and I've also got like Sunday night to put something into, so see how we go. But anyway, in the meantime, thanks for coming by, guys. We'll see you next week with Dual Destinies. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to go and get myself a throat sweet. I'll see you soon. Take care.